Hey there. One of the best things I learned when going to school to be a coach was how to stop an argument right in its tracks, and that's what I'll be sharing with you today. Most arguments take place because two people believe that their perspective is the right perspective. And whether it's right or not, when you're in the heat of anger, the only thing that normally matters is that your point is heard. So the best way to stop an argument is to simply acknowledge and validate how the other person is feeling. If you do this, there's nothing else they can say, so the argument most likely will not continue. So here's an example. Let's say you spent the morning prepping food for dinner. You had everything prepared so your husband could come home and cook a home-cooked dinner effortlessly. He just had to combine a few things and put it in the oven, and you even left a note on the counter with specific directions on what he needed to do. But when you walked into the house at 6 o'clock, instead of the home-cooked meal that you had worked so hard to prep for, there was a pizza box and your family sitting around the table eating a cheese pizza. You immediately get upset and the argument begins. Your husband starts to justify why he picked up the pizza, but you don't want to hear it. You keep going on and on about how much time you spent prepping the food and how important it is for you to have home-cooked meals and how hard you're working to have healthy food on the table. Now, typically, this is how an argument starts, and then there potentially could be back and forth arguing for a long time, which can affect the whole family or even a whole group of people. But if your husband would simply say, "Honey, it's understandable that you're upset because I bought a pizza instead of cooking the meal that you worked so hard to prepare," and said nothing else, then he would at least be acknowledging how you feel and why you feel that way, and it would instantly start to shift the energy. It's not going to take away the fact that you're upset, but it will stop the back and forth arguing because the way you feel will be validated. Yes, it's understandable why you're upset. Anyone would be upset in that situation. Now, acknowledging and validating does not mean that you have to agree. You're simply letting the other person know that you hear them. And when they feel heard, they will more easily be able to hear your side of the situation when the time is right. So what to remember is this. It's understandable that you feel blank because blank. It's understandable that you're upset because I forgot to pick up the bananas for your smoothie when you specifically reminded me before I left. It's understandable that you're mad because I didn't call you when I said I would. It's understandable that you're upset because I stopped to pick something up instead of heading right home. So try this technique the next time you're in an argument, and I guarantee that you'll be out of it faster than you've ever been. I hope this serves you, and if you think it can help another, pass it on. I'll see you soon.